class.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Let's all stand and let's read the prayer. Let's pray.
Dear Lord, as we gather in this classroom today, we humbly invite your divine presence among us. We seek your guidance and wisdom as we embark on this journey of knowledge and growth. May our minds be open to new ideas, our hearts receptive to the diverse perspectives, and our spirits filled with curiosity and understanding. In every step of our educational journey, remind us of your infinite love and support, and inspire us to be the best version of ourselves. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Okay, class, before you sit down, please arrange your chair properly and make sure there are no crushes around you. Okay. For our attendance, are there any absent today?
None.
Okay, very good. You are all present today.
To get started, let's have an activity first, class. Okay? I will show you various pictures here, and all you have to do is you're going to tell us what can you observe and see on each picture. Okay? So this is the first picture. So what can you observe on that picture?
Sir.
Yes, Dad.
Sir, I think it talks about drought.
Yes, drought. As you can see on the image, it shows dry soil and dry plants. That has a big impact on our environment and livelihood, right?
Yes.
So how about the second picture? Anyone? Yes, Mina?
Storm surge, sir.
Okay, storm surge. That's right. Okay, so let's proceed to the third picture. And how about this one? Any other hand on this row? Yes, please.
Sir, it's calamity.
Yes, this is calamity. Okay, so let's proceed to the last one picture. And how about this one? What can you observe on that picture? Yes, Siti.
Water pollution.
Yes, water pollution. As you can see on the picture, it shows a lot of garbage on the water. Yes.
Okay, class, did you enjoy our activity?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so based on the activity that we have done, what do you think is our lesson for this afternoon? Yes.
Global warming, sir.
Okay, global warming. It has something to do with that. Any other answers? Yes, Mina.
Climate change.
Climate change. Alright, so thank you for everyone who participated. Mina is right. Our topic will revolve around climate change. So for us to be guided as we discuss our topic, let us have the following objectives. Okay, all together, let us all the objectives. 1 and 2 and 3.
Discuss the possible
Effect of climate change on the environment and the people. Classify the environmental hazards according to their
And the last
categories.
one.
Label the different objects based on the 3 R's of recycling.
Okay, so are you excited for our next activity for this afternoon?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so before we get the ball rolling, let us first have the important concepts before we can proceed to our activity. So all together, let us read what's on the board.
Climate change. Climate change is when the Earth's climate or weather patterns start to change over a long period of time.
Okay, so it says in here that climate change pertains to a natural, or later on we will discuss more deeply about that. And let's proceed on to the next important concepts. Again, all together, let us read what's on the board.
Anthropogenic causes of climate change refer to the factors related to human activities that contribute to the Earth's changing climate. Natural causes of climate change are factors that have influenced the Earth's climate throughout its history without human intervention. intervention.
Okay, so few important terms for us to identify the difference between the anthropogenic and natural cause is that anthropogenic meaning it has something to do with the activity of man. And on the other hand, the natural causes is without the intervention of man. Okay, so let's head on to our, do you have any questions before we proceed to our activity?
Yes,
No, sir.
Okay, so since there is none, let us proceed to our activity. Our activity is entitled Act of Detective. So this time we are going to be, or we are going to act out as a detective, as we are going to investigate natural cause, whether it is a natural cause or whether it is an anthropogenic cause of climate change. So that you can base your answers basing on our previous important concepts that I have discussed with you. Okay, so as our guide, as you perform your activity this afternoon, here we have here a rubrics. So at the leftmost part of the screen, you can see the criteria, and on the right part of that, we have the score 5, 4, and 3. And under the criteria, we have 4 components. We have the content, visual aids, presentation. I mean 3. There's only 3. Content, visual aids, and presentation. So you can use, you may use the rubrics as our guide as you prepare your presentation later. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I have here materials that I will be handing out. So this one will serve as the first group, and this one is the second group. Okay, so here are your materials for the activity, and later on I will discuss with you the directions. Alright, so we have here a direction, or we have here a procedure on how you should do your activity. But in a nutshell, what you are going to do is you have to identify the images that I have handed out to you. What is an anthropogenic cause of climate change, and what is a natural cause of climate change. And once you are done, or I mean, you will only have 5 minutes to finish your output, and then you can choose someone to present it in front later on. Okay?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Alright.
Okay, sir.
So your 5 minutes starts now.
Ito ang project. I don't know. Ano ba yung cases na El Nino na sa akin. Ito na lang.
Okay, 2 minutes left.
Solar variability. Ito,
Are you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us have the first group to present their output.
So, this is our output. We have here the natural causes, which is the volcanic eruption, La Nina, El Nino, and the anthropogenic, we have air pollution, water pollution, and deforestation. So, anthropogenic, this is the cause, the hazard or the causes like man-made, and this one is natural causes. That's all.
Alright, thank you very much for your presentation. And later on, I will give the feedback to each group. But for now, let us have the second group to
this is the pictures that we choose to define which one is natural causes and anthropogenic. This one is melting glaciers, which is a natural disaster, and the other one is solar variability that causes heat on our planet. The same as the group one, there is also La Nina and El Nino. So the anthropogenic, well, anthropogenic is a man-made or human causes of climate change. Water pollution, the garbages they throw on the rivers, and drought because of cutting trees. Air pollution also because of the chemical from factories. Thank you.
Alright, excellent. Okay, let us give each group a round of applause. Okay, so for your score on your activity a while ago, the group 1, since they have presented their output well and have organized the materials correctly, I gave them a perfect score of 15. The total score. And for the next group, you also did very well. So you were able to categorize them correctly, and you were able to present your output perfectly. Alright, thank you very much. And again, let us give each group a Aling Junisha clap.
Very good, very good.
So based on what you have presented a while ago, it just shows that you have really learned well what we have discussed. So you have correctly identified and categorized each causes. Okay, so now let us proceed to the next discussion.
And now to really deepen our idea of climate change, so we will have another activity. So our next activity will be look, listen, and learn. So this will be related also to the climate change that we are discussing for today. So, new concepts. Who among you here are familiar with the 3 R's? Okay, so here, yeah, we always see that everywhere, diba? In our drinks and in drinking bottle, yes, everywhere we see this, and also with the eco bag. The eco bag is so prominent nowadays because we are always using it. We cannot go to market if we don't have the eco bag. Okay, that's a good thing. Alright, so we have here 3 R's of recycling. So, can you read it, Ernest?
Number 1, reduce. Look at what you can throw.
Number 2.
Reuse, look at what you can use.
Okay, number 3. Recycle, look at what you can turn into a beautiful crop. Okay, so this afternoon, yes, we are going to have this activity. So, we have here the reduce, reuse, and recycle. So, can you read, Gerald, the instructions?
Directions. The 3 R's signage will be posted on the board. Number 2, anyone is free to take from inside the box a single cut-out picture. And lastly, once done, they will choose the appropriate category posted on the board: reduce, reuse, recycle, and pin in accordingly.
Okay, so thank you very much, Gerald. The 3 R signages are here. So here's the reduce, and the recycle. We have here in this area different pictures wherein you're going to put that there. You're going to categorize. Okay, so you will look at the pictures and see if it should be placed here in reduce, and recycle. Are you ready for this activity?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now you can stand and get started. Okay. Good job. Good job. Alright, so here we have the reduce, reuse, and recycle. Let's check if it's all correct. Okay, you put here, let's look at the recycle first. You have there the newspaper. Yeah. Do you still have newspapers in your house? What do you do with your old newspapers? You sell it to the junk shop. Yeah, really, right? We sell it to the junk shop per kilo.
Yes.
So we get money out of it. So yeah, and from the junk shop, they sell it also to recycle. Some of our notebooks that you use are from recycled paper. So also the bottle, and yeah, the carton, and the can. Those things we can recycle. We have here reuse. You put here dress, yeah. Okay. Who among you here? Buys from Ukay. Yeah, some of my dresses are from, and they're really good. You can use it, but also you can give it to, if you have your old clothes and you're not using it, you can give it to the people, the less or the deprived people, the IPs. You can give it to them. The books. Actually, this one is very, if you have old books in your house, if you're not reading it, you can donate it in the local library. So yeah, reuse the eco bag. Every one of us, I think all of us have our eco bags, our own eco bags in the houses. Here, I'm just really curious, why is it reduce? Why do you think, Felice, reduce? Here, the switch.
Because if you let your light on, it consumes more electricity. So in order for you to reduce it, you should switch off your light if it is not in use.
Yes, definitely. And that's really great. We have to really, because of the climate change that we are now experiencing, we really need to reduce our carbon footprint, right? So if the electricity is not in use, we have to turn it off. Those things that can contribute to the heat of the earth, we should reduce it. So that's why the reduce. And the bicycle, why is it bicycle? If we ride a bicycle, we don't need to have fuel.
Yeah.
So, and it's also more healthy for us. So I hope our discussion today will enlighten most of us and will give us this desire to really reduce our trash, our rubbish, to reduce using electricity, and so on and so forth.
Okay, class. Let's all have quiz. Direction. Write on your paper the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. Which of the following activities is considered an anthropogenic cause of climate change? A. Volcanic eruptions. B. Burning fossil fuels. C. Solar radiation. D. Natural deforestation. Number 2. What is a primary natural cause of climate change? A. Industrial emissions. B. Urbanization. C. Solar cycles. D. Agricultural practices. Number 3. Which activity contributes to anthropogenic greenhouse gas emission? A. Ocean currents. B. Land use changes. C. Natural vegetation's growth. D. Geological processes. Number 4. What is an example of a natural cause of climate change? A. Industrial pollution. B. Waste disposal. C. Plate tectonics. D. Energy consumption. Number 5, which of the following activities is a significant anthropogenic contributor to climate change? A. Photosynthesis by plants. B. Volcanic activities. C. Burning of fossil fuels. D. Earth's orbital variations. Okay, class, let's all check.
Change paper.
Exchange paper. Number 1, letter B, burning fossil fuels. Number 2, solar cycles. Number 3, B, land use changes. Number 4, C, plate tectonics. Number 5, C, burning of fossil fuels. Who got the highest score? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, class.
Okay, class. A video will be played discussing about the 3 R's, the concept of it, and also the doable things you can do as a senior high school student for taking care of our environment. Okay, let's watch together.
Hey, River.
Hello, Sky. What's going on?
We're trying to figure out what this box with the funny arrows is for.
It's for recycling.
What's recycling?
Well, instead of throwing away paper, plastic bottles, and aluminum cans in the trash, where they'll end up in a landfill, you can recycle them. That means these materials will be broken down and recombined into products we can use again.
It's a great way to make less trash, save energy, and take care of the earth.
What do those arrows mean?
That's the recycling symbol. It has 3 arrows that stand for the 3 R's of recycling: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Every time you're about to throw something away, you should just think about the 3 R's.
The 3 R's are super important. For example, say I have this plastic water bottle. The first R is reduce. I already have used this bottle, but the next time I need water, I can reduce my waste by getting water from the sink in a reusable container.
Well, let me try next. The next R is reuse. You can reuse that plastic bottle again to get more water, or maybe turn it into a fun art project.
The last R is recycle. That's when I look at the bottle for the recycling symbol and see if I can recycle it.
Wow! Reduce, reuse, recycle. I can remember that. So what happens when we recycle something?
As you finish using something, you can put it into the recycling bin. After that, it can be taken to a recycling facility where workers separate and sort the materials.
Separated materials are bundled into bales that weigh thousands of pounds each. They are shipped to places that then turn them back into everyday things like newspapers can be remade into paper plates,
Cardboard into paper bags,
aluminum cans into new cans.
and plastic bottles into backpacks.
That's amazing. What can we do?
Anybody can recycle, and it's smart to reuse what we already have.
We can all learn more about recycling at home and at school by visiting the Take Care of Texas website.
I think we can all become recycling superheroes.
Yay!
Okay, that is all. Now, it's still part of our processing time. I want you to get 1/2 sheet of paper and I want you to write down what do you think are the what do you think the most activity of human that contribute most on our climate change. So I want you to write down at least anything that you can, what did you learn based on our activities, based on our discussions, and I will collect the paper as it is part of our processing. I will give you only 5 minutes for you to be able to write down those What do you think causes climate change? Okay, thank you for your answer. Okay, as a senior high school student, what do you think you can do to help to minimize the effect of climate change on your daily life? Yes, Yuki.
For me, as a senior high school student, one thing that I should do is to always apply the 3 R's, which is the reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Very good. How about you, Ernest?
Sir, I will use bicycle instead of motorcycles to save gas.
Okay, that's very efficient and effective to reduce the carbon footprint of our environment. Yes, Mina?
I will reduce the use of plastic. So instead of plastic, I will be bringing eco bags whenever I go to market.
Okay, very good also. So you can do that in your daily life, and you can also share that to your parents, to your mother whenever you go to market. You can, instead of using plastic, you can use eco bags. How about you, Joran?
In our home, sir, I always switch off the light if not needed to save the power.
Okay, very good. If it's not in use, if the light is not in use or any other electronic devices, you can unplug it or you can switch off the lights, especially in the morning. Okay, I really am grateful that you learned a lot for today's discussion. So for your assignment, I want you to create a collage, and this is to raise awareness about the impact of climate change on various aspects of the environment and human life through a visual representation. Okay, this will be the directions. You can read this. For further information, if you still want to have this copy, I will gonna send it to our Google class. Okay? So that will be all for today, and thank you so much for listening. Everybody stand up for our closing. Okay, I want you to pray individually on this class. Okay, that's Amen. That will be all for today. Thank you very much. Goodbye, class.
Goodbye, sir.
Okay, see you next meeting.